What's up everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Otosaka Yuu from Charlotte. Haven't watched this one, no idea, really looked up a bit about the story, looks pretty interesting, don't know anything about it. But this is the main character, I think. And it's portrait close-up as usual, and we're going to start just above in the top half. We're above halfway, top half of our page, and we're going to start with his right eye as usual. So we're going to start with this top right eyelid, so we're going to curve it across this direction like so. Normally it would curve down maybe a bit more, but Yuu has a big fringe that comes down his face, so we're just going to stop it about here, and then under there we have his iris and pupil, so we're going to do a circle, semicircle really, cut in half, or perhaps just the top cut off. And then in there we have a pupil, just like so. And we can see maybe another sort of line in there for another section of his iris, just around here. So just this sort of semicircular line that goes up and around into there. Under here then we can see his bottom eyelid, and it's just a line just across here, and then it comes up diagonally towards the corner of his eye up here, and these don't touch. They're it's just a black line just down here. Now if you want, you can thicken up his eyelashes just a little bit, just around here. But as I said, they go under his hair around here somewhere, so you don't really end up seeing these. But you can thicken them up anyway. Now, so then we can see some of his eyelid line just in here, comes across like so. And he has eyebrows, but they're underneath his hair, so we'll just come over and do the rest of his eye first. So his eye, just over here, about an eye distance over, if you can measure eye distance, just from here to here, and then next eyelid curves across. So we're going to bring it up and across, like so. And then you can thicken this up a little bit. And on this one we can see just an extra line just there for eyelashes. And then semicircle again for his iris. And then a pupil in there, bang in the middle. And then another one of those iris lines just inside here. His bottom eyelid then underneath is going to come across and up at an angle like so. And then we can see some of his eyelid line in here. So his nose, just in the middle of his eyes here, we have one line coming down just right across from his eyelash, just here, right in the middle. So it's going to come down fairly straight, just down here. And then we leave a gap, and we add another line just there like that. Very thin sort of way to draw noses on this anime. No nostrils or anything, just these two lines. Then his mouth, very simple. Underneath that we do a curved line across like so, leave a gap, and then do a second line down there. So you could join it the whole way across if you wanted, or you could leave the gap, it's up to you. Right, so we have his chin just down here. Very pointy chin. And then this is going to come up to his jaw. Just here. When we get to about mouth level, it's going to change direction. It's going to start coming up the side of his face. And this is going to hit his hair just here. Then we do the same on the other side. So we bring the jawline across to here. And then up to hair just there. Changes direction, both sides. Now, so his hair, so we have some hair spikes that come down the side of his head and then some that go across his fringe. So we have one, say, first one is just like here, comes in on his face and then comes up to about here. And then we have a big one then that goes across his eye. So it goes right across his eye here. So we're going to go over right close to his iris. Of course, if it's not exactly the same as mine, if it's a bit further out, that's okay, because hair moves, changes direction. And then we can join this up into here. So this comes right across his eyelash line. And then the other side of that comes out to a point and then goes back up his head. Up like so. It's about there. So then this can travel up maybe a little bit further towards the middle of his head. And then we have another piece of hair that comes across his eye just here. So it comes down to there. And then is going to go back up. It's pretty thin and then it gets wider up here. Then we have another piece of fringe that comes down across the inside of his eye just here. Comes right down across this part of his eye and then goes back up to here. So much of his eye is covered by hair. And then we have two big ones that come down in between his nose. Just here, one spike. Next one beside it. Curving this direction and then curve back this way. Another small one just here coming down towards the other side of his face, and then this one back up. Now we'll keep this fringe going up this way, and then we meet a part in his hair, so the hair comes back down the other way now. So it's going to curve the opposite direction right beside his eye there, and then this is going to go back up towards his head, and then we have one that comes down the side of his face back up to here. So that's basically most of his fringe. We have more hair down here, but now we can add his eyebrow just inside here, so that goes behind his head. So we just bring it across like so, and then the top part just here, and then we can see some of the other one just in here, coming across underneath his hair, and another bit in there as well. Sometimes in animes you can see these lines of the eyebrows, so you could keep going, you could draw them if you wanted, but I'm going to make it a bit more realistic that we can't see them because they're underneath his hair. I'm just going to thicken up this eyelash a bit more. I think it should be a bit thicker. And I'm just going to remove this line. Okay, so the rest of his hair then. So we have hair spike down here, spiking back up. Jump over this piece of hair, keep going up this way. Do another one, another line down here. This line comes up this way. Comes up to here. Another spike down here, goes back up. Goes up. Curving around his head. So the top of his head is up here. And then next one, just down here. Comes up to about here. And then another one here. Spikes up. And then this one, this is the last one, and we're going to bring it all the way around his head. So curving around. Keep going. Like so. And then we'll bring these down the other side now. So down to the spike. Down the side of his head. Spiking here, back in. Spike down. To about here. And then he has some hair spikes behind his neck and his ears. So we can see just his ears just in here. So we have a little curve line there, curve line here, a line for the inside of the ear, a line for the inside of the ear there, and then two lines for his neck coming down from his jaw. So we can just see a couple of more hairlines on his head. So we can just see one kind of on the outside here, just another bump on the side of his head. Then another line just here, coming down the side of his head here. Some more coming up from his fringe. This one's a little bit longer, so is this one. Maybe one here. And then the hair behind his neck just here, so spiking up and down. And then he's wearing his school uniform in this one, so we have the collar of his uniform. So first the shirt, I guess. So I'm going to bring this around and down, and then comes across his neck just here, comes down a bit, and then comes back in, and then this meets his other, the navy section of his uniform goes down this way. This comes down here. Then we do the same on the other side. So first his shirt, just there. The top of it then comes across his neck, just here. Comes down a bit. And then it hits the navy part. That comes back across. And then down to his shoulder. So now his shoulders will just go down this way, diagonally, adding a bump here and there maybe for clothes, and then his arms will come down all the way, nearly perfectly straight down at the edge of the page there, and these will come down as well, like so. And now we just have more details for his uniform. So the inside of his jacket. So just here, coming down like so, diagonal in, comes down. This one comes all the way down the middle like this. This side will come into a V sort of section in here. And then in there we can see his shirt and t-shirt. So we have two diagonal lines coming this way. First. Then the tops of his shirt just there. And then these come down. And then we go in both sides. Same on both sides. And this comes down. And then we're going to start to get a bit wavy because it's a shirt. Like so. And then one across for his t-shirt just in here. Two lines just there. And we can see some circles for buttons and slots for where the buttons go in. Just there. Another one down here. Another one on his jacket just here. Another one on his jacket here. We can see a white edge to his jacket, so just another line that follows it. Just going all the way down like this. And there. Bumps and folds. Remember, if I go too fast, just hit pause. So we have some creases on top of his uniform and a line down for his shoulder, just here. A line down there. Then his shoulder going diagonal this way, towards his armpit, And then more 4 lines, so another one for his chest. Another one for his chest there. And then 4 lines on his arm. One there. And he's got a pocket as well, so there's just a rectangle here. Simple for his pocket. Maybe a crease line just for the side of his jacket here as well. And one coming up from this button too. Going around it like that. Nearly there now. And yeah, I think that's everything. Otosaka, I think I'm saying it right. Otosaka Yuu from Charlotte. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.